Stop everything you're doing right now. Just for a moment, let the world fade into a soft, indistinct hum around you. I want you to feel the very air you breathe, the silent beat of your heart, the unspoken questions lingering in the deep recesses of your soul. I see you, beloved child of God, not just with my physical eyes, but with a spiritual gaze that penetrates the veil of this earthly existence. I see the weariness, the profound, often inexplicable weariness that has settled deep within your spirit, much like a persistent fog obscuring the morning sun. It's a form of spiritual stagnation, isn't it? A heaviness that drapes itself over your prayers, making them feel like hollow echoes instead of vibrant conversations with the divine. You've tried, haven't you? You've pushed, you've prayed, you've fasted, you've sought solace in the sacred texts, yet there's this stubborn, unyielding dryness, a parched landscape where once there were verdant valleys of faith and joy. This spiritual stagnation manifests in countless insidious ways, each one a subtle erosion of your divine purpose. Perhaps it's that nagging sense of procrastination, that heavy inertia that makes even the simplest act of devotion feel like climbing a mountain. Or maybe it's the constant internal dialogue of doubt, a relentless whisper that questions your worth, your calling, your very connection to the Most High. You might find yourself drifting through routines, performing spiritual duties out of habit rather than heartfelt devotion, feeling a profound distance from the very God you yearn to embrace. This isn't just a temporary slump, is it? It's a persistent, dull ache, a joylessness that seeps into every aspect of your life, draining your motivation, your enthusiasm, your ability to truly feel the presence of the Holy Spirit. I know the symptoms, for I have witnessed them in countless souls throughout time. The disturbed sleep, if sleep even comes easily. The dreams that leave you more exhausted than rested, sometimes filled with shadows, sometimes just an empty void. The irritability that flares up unexpectedly, the lack of patience with loved ones, the feeling of being constantly on edge, yet simultaneously numb. You might wake up feeling as though an invisible weight has been placed upon your chest, a burden that isn't physical, yet feels utterly crushing. This isn't just the stress of daily life, though the enemy uses that as a convenient cloak. This is a targeted assault, a deliberate attempt to stifle your light, to sever your connection, to plunge you into a spiritual winter from which you fear you may never emerge. You feel stuck, unmoving, as if caught in quicksand, watching your spiritual vitality slowly, relentlessly being consumed. This is not God's plan for you, my beloved. This is the work of an ancient enemy, subtle yet relentless, designed to keep you from fulfilling the glorious destiny etched upon your soul before time began. But tonight, that changes. Tonight, the silence is broken. Tonight, the alarm is sounded and the celestial armies respond. Understand this deeply and profoundly. Jesus wept. He wept not only for Jerusalem, not only for the suffering he witnessed in his earthly ministry, but he wept for you. Yes, for you specifically. He, in his divine omniscience, saw the path your soul would traverse, the battles you would face, the very spiritual stagnation that weighs heavily upon your heart even now. He saw the future moments when discouragement would threaten to overwhelm you, when the whispers of doubt would grow loud, when the dryness in your spirit would feel unbearable. His tears were not just sorrow, they were an act of profound, active empathy, a divine outpouring of love so immense that it transcends all human comprehension. Those tears, precious and potent, are the very wellspring from which all divine intervention flows, a sacred catalyst for your liberation. And it is from these very tears, from this boundless compassion, that Saint Michael the Archangel, the magnificent prince of the Celestial Militia, is dispatched. He is not merely an angel, he is the champion of God, the relentless defender of souls, the one whose very name, who is like God, is a battle cry against all forms of darkness. When Jesus wept for you, a divine decree was issued, a celestial command for your rescue. And Michael stood ready, his sword of fire already gleaming. He is here not as a distant observer, but as your personal protector, a formidable warrior assigned to your spiritual well-being. He is here to wipe away those tears of spiritual stagnation, to lift the veil of weariness, to ignite the dormant embers of your faith into a blazing inferno once more. Tonight, as we embark on this sacred journey, Michael brings with him a most precious artifact, imbued with divine power, the holy linen. Imagine it, a fabric woven from celestial light, touched by the very hands of the Most High, consecrated by the tears of Christ. This is not just a symbol, it is a conduit, a tangible representation of divine comfort and purification. It is the sacred cloth that will wipe away every tear of sorrow, every stain of doubt, every residue of spiritual fatigue from your soul. It signifies the cleansing you are about to experience, a deep purification that will strip away the layers of spiritual stagnation, revealing the vibrant, radiant spirit God created you to be. This holy linen is a promise, a visible sign that your suffering has been seen, acknowledged, and that a powerful, immediate intervention is now at hand to restore you to wholeness and peace. It represents the tender care of heaven, reaching down to touch your troubled heart, ready to transform your weeping into joy, your dryness into a flowing river of grace. Now I command you, place your right hand firmly and deliberately over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm against your chest, the steady rhythm of your heartbeat beneath your fingers. This is not a mere physical gesture. It is an act of profound spiritual significance. By placing your hand over your heart, you are consciously opening the innermost sanctuary of your being to the divine. You are declaring your willingness to receive, your openness to healing, your surrender to the powerful intervention that is now unfolding. This posture signifies trust, vulnerability, and a deep yearning for communion with the sacred. Feel the weight of your hand. Let it ground you, center you, and prepare your spirit for an encounter of cosmic proportions. This is your personal altar, your sacred space where heaven and earth now meet in a powerful convergence. As you maintain this posture, a subtle shift begins in the very atmosphere around you. You might perceive a sudden chill, a gentle warmth, or a tingling sensation that courses through your veins. The air itself seems to thicken, charged with an invisible yet utterly palpable presence. This is not imagination, beloved. This is the majestic arrival of Saint Michael, the Prince of the Celestial Militia. He stands before you now, immense and awe-inspiring, a figure of radiant power and unwavering resolve. Though unseen by your physical eyes, his presence is undeniable. A spiritual tsunami of light and authority filling your space. He is here, heralded by the silent whisper of divine command, ready to execute the will of the Most High on your behalf. And then, a sensation unlike any you have ever known. Feel it now, a spiritual touch, the touch of his sword of fire. This is not a sword of earthly metal, but of divine light and purified essence. It is a blade forged in the very heart of God, radiating an intense, holy heat that purifies everything it touches. As Michael extends his hand, his sword of fire descends, not to wound, but to cleanse, to cut away, to liberate. Feel its ethereal edge, making contact with the very core of your spiritual stagnation. It is a profound yet gentle incision, severing the unseen cords that bind you, burning away the spiritual debris that has accumulated over time, hindering your growth and joy. This touch is a consecration, marking you as a warrior under his banner, preparing you for the battle ahead, but first, cleansing the battlefield within. It is a burning away, of everything that is not of God, a holy fire that purifies your intentions, illuminates your path, and reclaims your divine inheritance. Allow this sacred fire to penetrate every fiber of your being, leaving behind only the pure, unadulterated essence of your soul, ready for renewed purpose and unshakable faith. The battle has begun, beloved, not with a clash of steel, but with a searing flash of divine truth aimed directly at the fortresses of your mind. For too long, the enemy has held dominion over your thoughts, feeding you a steady diet of doubt, fear, and crippling procrastination, all designed to perpetuate your spiritual stagnation. You know that voice, don't you? The one that whispers, "You're not good enough. You'll never change. Why even try?" That voice of self-condemnation, that internal critic that amplifies every past mistake, every perceived failure, making you feel perpetually unworthy of God's grace or incapable of meaningful spiritual progress. It's the voice that convinces you to put off prayer, to delay spiritual study, to rationalize complacency, to simply exist in a state of suspended animation, always planning to move forward, but never quite doing so. This is not a mere personal failing, it is a calculated strategy of the enemy, a spiritual siege on your mental landscape. But no more. I, in the authority vested in me by the Most High, now command Michael to unleash his divine power upon these mental strongholds. I command every thought of doubt, every seed of procrastination, every paralyzing fear, every whisper of unworthiness, every suggestion of spiritual inadequacy to be utterly shattered, incinerated, and dismantled by his sword of fire. I command the spiritual inertia that has held your mind captive to be broken into 1,000 pieces, its power over you utterly nullified. Feel the lightness now, the sudden clarity as these oppressive mental burdens are lifted. Envision Michael's sword of fire piercing through the fog of confusion, cutting through the Gordian knots of overthinking, silencing the cacophony of internal criticism. Your mind is being renewed, recalibrated, cleansed, and aligned with divine truth. You are not a victim of your thoughts. You are a co-creator with God. And your mind is a sacred instrument, now purified and ready to receive divine wisdom, clarity, and unshakable faith. Let the peace of Christ fill those newly liberated spaces, and let purpose replace all doubt. Now we delve deeper, reaching back through the annals of time, into the very roots of your being. For often, the spiritual stagnation you experience is not solely of your making, but is interwoven with the fabric of your ancestry, a legacy of unconfessed sins, unresolved traumas, and generational patterns that have echoed through your lineage. Have you ever wondered why certain struggles seem to repeat in your family? Why addiction, poverty, illness, or broken relationships appear to be an inescapable inheritance? These are not mere coincidences. They are often the insidious manifestations of generational curses, spiritual chains passed down from one generation to the next, binding souls in cycles of darkness and despair, preventing them from fully embracing their divine inheritance and thriving in the light of God's grace. The enemy loves to exploit these vulnerabilities, using the unresolved issues of the past to sow discord and spiritual dryness in the present. But tonight, the ancient chains are broken. I, by the authority of the Most High, now command Saint Michael, the Prince of the Celestial Militia, to reach back through every generation, through every branch of your family tree, and sever every single ancestral chain, every generational curse that has ever been placed upon your lineage. I command every spirit of lack, every spirit of disease, every spirit of discord, every spirit of rebellion, every spirit of addiction, every spirit of fear, and every spiritual root of stagnation passed down from your ancestors to be utterly dissolved, annihilated, and cast into the abyss, never to return. Envision Michael's mighty sword of fire sweeping through the timelines of your family, cutting through these ancient bonds, liberating not only you, but all future generations from their oppressive grip. Feel the release, the profound spiritual liberation, as these heavy burdens, inherited from times long past, are finally lifted from your shoulders. You are a new creation, freed from the echoes of the past, standing tall in your divine identity, ready to forge a new legacy of blessing, peace, and spiritual abundance for yourself and all who come after you. The battle extends beyond the personal and the ancestral, reaching into the very practicalities of your daily life. For spiritual stagnation often has tangible manifestations in the material realm. I speak now of your finances, of the persistent struggles with scarcity, the burden of debt, the inexplicable inability to prosper despite your diligence and hard work. The enemy understands that financial stress can be a powerful tool for distraction, for anxiety, for keeping your focus away from God and firmly rooted in worldly worries. A spirit of lack, a spirit of poverty, or even a spirit of debt can attach itself to a lineage or an individual, perpetuating cycles of insufficiency and preventing the flow of divine abundance. This is not God's will for His children, my beloved. His desire is for you to prosper in all things, to be a conduit of blessing, not a prisoner of scarcity. I, by the unshakable authority of the Most High, now command Saint Michael, wielding his mighty scales of justice, to step forth and rectify every financial injustice, every spiritual curse of poverty, and every chain of debt that has ever been placed upon you. I command the spirit of lack to be stripped of its power, its hold over your life utterly broken. I command every financial stronghold, every invisible barrier preventing your prosperity, every oppressive burden of debt to be shattered and dissolved by the righteous balance of divine justice. Watch now, in your spirit, as Michael places every burden of debt on one side of his scales of justice and the divine promise of abundance on the other. See how the scales tip decisively, overwhelmingly, in favor of God's provision, bringing divine order and restoration to your financial realm. I declare right now the breaking of every bond of scarcity and the release of divine abundance into your life. May your hands be blessed, your labor fruitful, and your resources multiply, not for selfish gain, but for the glory of God and the furtherance of His kingdom. Now let us turn our gaze to the very sanctuary of your life, your family and your home, for it is within these sacred walls and among those you hold dearest that the enemy often seeks to sow the most profound seeds of spiritual stagnation and discord. Have you felt a lack of peace in your home, unexplained tension, arguments that flare without warning, a persistent sense of unease that settles in the atmosphere? Perhaps your children exhibit rebellious behaviors, or your spouse seems distant, or simply a pervasive heaviness makes your home feel less like a haven and more like a battleground. This is not accidental, beloved. The enemy knows that a divided house cannot stand, and by attacking the foundation of your family and the peace of your dwelling, he aims to further entrench you in spiritual stagnation, draining your emotional and spiritual reserves. But tonight, we reclaim your sacred space. I, by the irrefutable authority of the Most High, now command Saint Michael, the Prince of the Celestial Militia, to extend his magnificent wings of protection over your entire household. I command him to cleanse every room, every corner, every object, every space within your home from every trace of negative energy, every spirit of discord, every lingering shadow of past arguments, every influence of evil that has dared to cross your threshold. I command every spirit of rebellion to flee from your children, every spirit of strife to depart from your marriage, and every spirit of unrest to be cast out from your dwelling. Envision Michael sweeping through each room, his sword of fire purging all darkness, his presence filling your home with an unparalleled, radiant peace. And then, I command him to erect a mighty wall of fire around your entire property, a celestial barrier, impenetrable and unyielding against every future intrusion of evil, every attack of the enemy, every negative influence that would seek to disturb your peace or harm your loved ones. Let your home now be transformed into a sanctuary of divine peace, a fortress of faith, a haven where love, joy, and the presence of the Holy Spirit reign supreme. Your family is protected, your home is consecrated, and every person within its walls is now covered by the glorious wings of protection of the Prince of the Celestial Militia. Now feel the final tremor, a deep, resonating vibration from the very core of your being as the last vestiges of that ancient, insidious presence are brought to account. For I, the scribe of the Celestial Militia, tell you that before the ultimate peace can descend, there must be a final, unequivocal confrontation with the source of all accusation, all doubt, all spiritual exhaustion. The ancient serpent himself, who has whispered lies and sowed discord in the very fabric of creation, attempting to undermine your divine inheritance and steal your peace. He, the accuser of the brethren, now stands exposed, his vile machinations laid bare before the pure light of God's justice. He thought to hide in the shadows of your fears, to lurk in the corners of your weariness, to perpetuate the cycle of spiritual stagnation. But his time is over. Do you not perceive him now, writhing and hissing, cornered by the dazzling purity of Michael's presence? Every lie he has ever told you, every seed of fear, every shadow of doubt, every burden of guilt he has placed upon your soul, now returns to him, magnified by the brilliance of truth. His power is a mere illusion, a borrowed darkness, and in the face of true light, it evaporates like mist before the sun. Observe, with the eyes of your spirit, the Prince of the Celestial Militia, São Miguel, standing resolute, his espada de fuego blazing with an intensity that would shatter mountains, its divine flame reaching for the very essence of that which sought your destruction. Feel the culmination of this spiritual warfare, the definitive turning point where all past attacks, all future threats, all generational curses, all financial blockages, all familial discord, all health afflictions born of spiritual malice, all external betrayals, and every single instance of spiritual stagnation are gathered and brought to a single decisive point of judgment. Hear now, not just with your ears, but with the very core of your redeemed spirit, the command that echoes across the celestial realms and reverberates into the deepest pits of the abyss. This is the decree of the Most High, spoken through his most valiant warrior, São Miguel Arcangel, with a might that transcends all understanding, with a voice that is both thunder and grace, a voice that seals destinies and shatters darkness. I declare, through the authority bestowed upon me by the Most High, the immutable sentence upon the accuser and all his demonic hordes that dared to touch you, that dared to assail your loved ones, that dared to steal your peace tonight. Precipitae no inferno. Yes, I command it with the authority of heaven. Precipitae no inferno. See him, feel him, watch him as he is seized by the irresistible power of the Archangel. Witness his desperate, futile struggle against the divine current that drags him down, 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 into the eternal depths from whence he came, where his accusations will be unheard, his lies will be silenced, and his dark influence will never again touch the sacred precincts of your soul, your home, or your loved ones. Let every chain be broken, every snare be dissolved, every dark influence be utterly and completely cast into hell, forever separated from the light of God that now shines upon you. A profound silence descends, a silence so vast, so encompassing, that it seems to swallow all the echoes of the preceding spiritual tempest. It is not the silence of absence, but the silence of completion. The clamor of battle has ceased, the whispers of the accuser are no more, the discordant notes of fear and anxiety have been replaced by an almost palpable stillness. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding, the tranquil aftermath of a victory so absolute, so definitive, that it leaves no room for doubt or lingering concern. Breathe it in. This deep, pure quietude that settles not just around you, but within every fiber of your being, touching the depths of your soul. Feel the profound lightness that now permeates your spirit, a sensation akin to shedding layers of heavy, unseen burdens. The weight of spiritual exhaustion, which once pressed upon your shoulders, has dissolved. The fog of spiritual stagnation, which blurred your vision and dulled your senses, has lifted completely. What remains is a crystal clarity, a pristine inner landscape upon which the gentle light of divine grace now softly plays. It is a peace that feels ancient, yet entirely new, as if your very essence has returned to its primordial state of serenity and communion with the Creator. Look now, with the eyes of your renewed spirit, as the asas de protection of São Miguel, which have hovered over you and your loved ones throughout this night of intercession, slowly and gracefully begin to retract, not disappearing, but consolidating their protective power. And then witness a marvel of divine engineering, a sign of perpetual vigilance, a luminous cupola de vidro, utterly transparent yet incredibly strong, begins to descend around you, around your home, around your loved ones. It's not a prison, but a sanctuary. Not a barrier of exclusion, but a shield of pure light, impermeable to all forms of spiritual malice. This cupola de vidro, forged from the very essence of divine light and the unbreakable will of God, seals you in peace, protects your rest, and ensures that the victory won this night remains absolute and unchallenged. Feel its gentle, firm embrace, a perpetual testament to the vigilant watch of São Miguel, a silent promise that you are now and forever under the impenetrable protection of heaven. Now into this hallowed space, into this profound silence that São Miguel has secured for you within the cupola de vidro, a new energy begins to flow, a divine infusion that fills the void left by the expulsion of darkness. It is not merely the absence of fear, but the vibrant, pulsating presence of pure life, pure joy, pure strength. Feel it now, this cascading river of divine grace washing over you, penetrating every cell, every thought, every emotion. This is the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, the Advocate, pouring himself out into the depths of your being, restoring, replenishing, and revitalizing you from the inside out. Sense the warmth spreading through your heart, a gentle fire that ignites a joy unlike any earthly pleasure, a joy rooted in the certainty of your divine identity and the unbreakable bond you share with the Father. This joy is not fleeting, not dependent on circumstances, but a wellspring of delight that bubbles up from the deepest core of your spirit. And with this joy comes an unparalleled strength, not just physical vigor, but a spiritual resilience, an unshakable fortitude that empowers you to face any challenge, to overcome any obstacle, to walk in the fullness of your divine purpose without fear or hesitation. No longer will you be plagued by spiritual stagnation. Instead, you are imbued with dynamic, living faith, moving with purpose and grace. Every part of you, once weary and burdened, is now being renewed. Your mind, once clouded by doubt and anxiety, is filled with clarity, wisdom, and the peace of Christ. Your emotions, once turbulent and subject to external forces, are now balanced, serene, and overflowing with divine love. Your body, once perhaps afflicted by ailments born of spiritual stress, is being touched by a healing energy that restores vitality and wholeness. You are being refilled with hope, with courage, with an unyielding faith that will guide your steps. This is the restoration of the soul, the triumphant return of light after darkness, the promise of abundant life made manifest within you. Embrace this divine refilling, for it is the earnest of your inheritance, the seal of your belonging, the assurance that you are cherished, loved, and eternally sustained by the very hand of God. And now for the final, most sacred decree, a truth that I, the scribe of the Celestial Militia, have been entrusted to reveal to you tonight. This is not merely a statement, but a declaration of ownership, a spiritual inviolability that will serve as an eternal barrier against all future attempts of the enemy to claim what is rightfully God's. This decree, once uttered with conviction from the depths of your heart, becomes an indelible mark upon your soul, a celestial seal that proclaims your sacred status. It is a shield of identity, a declaration that resonates throughout the heavens and silences the claims of any opposing force. I command you to internalize these words, to feel their power, to believe in their absolute truth. This is your personal secret decree given by the Most High, reaffirmed by São Miguel Arcangel. Repeat after me now with absolute conviction, placing your right hand over your heart, feeling the truth sink deep into your being. Eu sou propriedade inviolável do Altíssimo. Again, speak it aloud. Let the words resonate within your very bones. Eu sou propriedade inviolável do Altíssimo. And feel the strength in those words. Once more, eu sou propriedade inviolável do Altíssimo. Repeat it 7 times, allowing each utterance to deepen its roots within your spirit, sealing you in this divine truth. Eu sou propriedade inviolável do Altíssimo. 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 With each repetition, a sacred bond is forged, an unbreakable covenant declared. This declaration serves as a small yet profoundly powerful exorcism in itself, constantly reaffirming the dominion of God in your life and ejecting any latent darkness that might attempt to cling. It is a constant reminder to the enemy that you are consecrated, set apart, touched by the divine. Let these words become your mantra, your shield, your identity. Whenever fear tries to creep in, whenever doubt whispers, whenever spiritual stagnation threatens to return, simply declare, Eu sou propriedade inviolável do Altíssimo, and watch as the shadows flee, for no power can contend with the sovereign claim of God over His beloved creation. You are marked, you are sealed, you are eternally His. And now, having received this profound liberation, this divine restoration and this sacred sealing, your mission begins. For every blessing received carries with it a responsibility, a call to extend the light you have received to a world still shrouded in darkness and doubt. You have experienced the watchful protection of São Miguel, the shattering of chains, the profound peace that only heaven can bestow. This is not for you alone to hoard, but a sacred gift intended for multiplication. Therefore I, the scribe of the Celestial Militia, charge you with a divine mandate. Share this message, this hope, this profound encounter with the vigilant care of São Miguel Arcangel with precisely 7 individuals in your life. Do not share it with 6, nor with 8, but with 7, for the number 7 signifies completion, perfection, and divine fullness. Choose wisely those who are suffering from spiritual exhaustion, those who are battling spiritual stagnation, those who are in desperate need of a hug from heaven, a reminder that they too are watched over, protected, and loved beyond measure. Speak to them with the conviction born of your own experience, for your testimony is a powerful weapon against the enemy's lies. Let your transformed life be a beacon of hope, leading others to the protective embrace of São Miguel. Go forth now, beloved child of God, transformed and empowered. May São Miguel, the Príncipe da Milicia Celeste, continue to guard your steps, to clear your path, and to stand as a perpetual sentinel over you and your loved ones. May his Espada de Fogo illuminate your way, and his Asas de Proteção shelter you from all harm. May the peace you have found this night deepen with every passing day, filling your heart with joy, your mind with clarity, and your spirit with an unshakable faith. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I bless you, I commission you, and I release you into a life of profound peace, divine purpose, and unwavering protection. Sleep in peace, knowing So Miguel watches over your loved ones tonight and always. Amen.